Hey Ohio, how's it going out there in YouTube land? I'm gonna go ahead and help everybody out here and check out some Tesla charting, as it did just encounter a split within the past couple days. So that means all of my markups are now in completely the wrong spot. What joy we have. So let's go ahead and try to fix these up here and kind of talk about a little bit what's going on. Whereas we're on TradingView, we got to the all view here, but that's the monthly. Let's go ahead and get it down to at least the weekly, so we can kind of see what's happening here. And as you can see, everything's off by about a third, or 3 to 1 rather. So let's go ahead and zoom in on the first one, get this moved into the correct position here. So there we go. So this might not look like anything significant, but in a little bit I'm going to show you my A-frame ideas. You'll understand why that was in that particular location there, as well as this one here, which is just the theory I've been working with. It's kind of showing what might happen when you have significant impulse up in this direction and then long consolidation. If there's any way you could predict anything that is going on based on those levels. So here we come to a lot more of a steep updraft, and this line should be well, let's check it out here. Just trying to get some relevant lows and relate that to sometime in the future. So let's see, does it match up there? Not really. Matches up here. Again, this is the weekly view, so we're not going to be extremely accurate, but still would like to get it right around this previous low here. And it does look like that's matching up pretty good there and pretty good there, so there might be some level of predictability. And as you can see, we are right on that main diagonal right now. And we have to go off auto mode for a second here because we need to bring this top one down. Let's see if I can move myself out of the way. Haha! Alright, I'm going to the other side. Let's get auto mode back on for a second. And maybe the weekly view is not the best here, so let's go daily. And as you can see, there's some top-down action here, and all these there's different trading channels. Thanks a lot, TradingView. You kind of made this a bit of a nightmare to adjust. But let's see if we can get that envelope back how it was before. That hopefully got some predictability here with coming from the top down rather than the bottom up as well. Getting a little bit of an envelope here, which we might be able to find some predictive action in, where whenever you get to these edges, then you might get reactions off of them. Of course, it's going to be one of many things you look at, but this one here seems to have some sort of predictability, as the price got so cheap that people were looking to buy and bring it back up. The real question is what happens when these points converge, and that's when the stock has to decide whether it's going to be in an uptrend or a downtrend. Now, I was hoping to get all these things back in the right positions here, but they're off by a factor of 3. So let's go ahead and hide those for now. We'll get back to those a little bit later. Or actually, you know what? I can just recreate those at a different time. But the one I'm really interested in is these couple here. There. Looking at a bow tie formation We're looking at a couple different head and shoulders. So let's just get rid of some of these other ones right now. But probably as easy as just to start from scratch on this. So let's look at the most recent head and shoulders. And we're at on the day level. Let's drop down to 2 hours. And let's go to 30 minutes. Just to get plenty of information here. Alrighty, well I'm going to go ahead and pause it here and kind of check my notes and make sure I'm doing this head and shoulders thing right. So I'll see you. Was good. Alright, so I checked those reverse head and shoulders that we're looking at actually. So this is going to be the one from 5th of August. And I guess I should show you where I got it from. Over in this toolbar here, patterns, and you actually can go get my head. Oh, here we go. Head and shoulders right there. That's the one I picked. And it's this pretty cool function where you draw the lines and it will fill it in for you. There we go. So this is the reverse head and shoulders. So you're looking at predicting a uptrend off of this. So obviously hindsight being 2020, but around the time of 12th of August, we thought this is going to be an opportunity for an upward momentum type of a thing. So a lot of people will take the distance between the head and the neckline and they'll call that the target, but I do something a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a parallel channel right here and pull that down to the termination point. And what I do is I lift it up and slide it over. So here we go. That's going to be the target. So that's something I do a little bit differently because this target isn't just a horizontal line, it actually is a slanting line. So it actually showed a little bit of nice predictability here because there was impulse out of the head and shoulder, reverse head and shoulders right up to this new trend line. And interestingly enough, you can extend that trend line with the same slant, and it does look like it is following along a little bit with that. So go ahead and keep on extending that down as long as it keeps on following it. And now, as you can see, downward momentum. So here we got to a really interesting point right there because this short-term trend is showing downward momentum. This very long-term trend that we just drew a couple of minutes ago should be moving it upwards. So which one is it going to follow? So therefore we can kind of look at the volume, see what the volume's telling us. We can go look at fundamental analysis. We can look at RSI. So if we pop out of here, we can see that the RSI has been pretty low the past couple days, so maybe it's due for a bounce. Although the overall broader market has been very negative right now. And in terms of the price to earnings ratio, we are still at the very insane 103. So I think that long term, there is going to be a little bit more downward pressure. This split is of interest to me as well because, as many of you may know, splits usually lead to excitement leading up to the split, but then afterwards it's kind of a sell the news type of a thing, and there could be more further downside. So I know I showed a bow tie a little bit ago, but we'll get into that in a later video. This one's just kind of a meet and greet. Hi, how are ya? Let's see how much we can learn about Tesla right now. So zooming out to a little bit of a farther viewpoint, we can see that it has gone up insanely a lot over the long term, but right now we're in this decision zone. So once we figure out which way we want to go outside of this triangle, then there will be, I think, a significant move, and I am leaning towards the bearish side. So if you like this, you have questions, ask them up. If you want me to do it again, I'll come back and do it again then. Happy trading.